This is my 2012 SeaDoo GTI Limited. As you can see, you can't see anything on there. We're about to change that. You're going to need to remove 2 screws underneath each side of the mirror. After that, you just take off each mirror side and then pull the whole unit up out of the way. There's a tab right here and right here that need to be pulled down in order for the unit to come out. Now's the tricky part. I got in here just in time. It's raining cats and dogs. You're going to cut right along this line the whole way around. You can't take it apart. You're going to break these tabs no matter what you do, so just forget about it. There's a layer of glue inside here that makes it so that you cannot get to it. So you literally have to cut it, and we'll get around to fixing it later on. Once you've got this thing cut the entire way around, I used a small chisel just to get in there and turn it to crack loose anything like melted pieces that would still be holding it together. But after that, you can just start taking it apart carefully. At this point, I used the burr bit just to go around the inside of here and the outside down around here to clean out anything that might be on there yet. But you should be able to have everything apart, and we'll start getting into it. From here, you're going to need a couple things. Of course, your new glass, a razor blade, needle nose pliers, a small screwdriver, alcohol, and WD-40. After taking off your needles, you're going to remove 2 clips. One here, and then on the other side, here and here. After you pop those loose, you should start being able to move it apart. Now, it's going to get held up by this guy here. So if I can set this like that, what I do is push in on it right here while I'm pulling it out right here and work it out slowly, very, very slowly. It may be stuck together with some of the glue that was in there, or with what you were doing, you may have melted a little bit. But coming apart, you'll find it comes apart. Inside here, this was not glue, okay? That's just a little dielectric grease. And now you're here. You'll see these 2 guys here, right? Little metal strips right here and here. You'll flip this over, okay? You'll just relieve it. Relieve that one, and then relieve that one. You can take those away, and then we're going to split this apart by taking out this clip here and this clip here and separate the board from the plastic housing. Once we've removed the metal clips, put the motherboard aside, we need to take out these little rubber strips along here. I've already loosened that one. I use a small screwdriver just to get in there and kind of pop it up so I can get a hold of it. Now you'll see right here, there's a little set of teeth. You want to kind of bend that out a little bit. I'm going to set this here. You'll bend it out a little bit and pull it back just enough that you can get clearance here and take it out through. Okay, now, right along this edge, see if I can get those are your contact points. Caution, caution, caution. Okay, you'll see the glass is actually 2 pieces of glass. Your top piece is the bigger piece, your bottom piece is the other. You'll see the bottom piece is kind of white on the back, as is its replacement. Okay, we're going to remove both the back piece as well as the front piece with a razor blade, WD-40, and then make sure it is completely clean using alcohol. Get the razor blade behind it, give it a little spritz of WD-40, and work it until you have that completely off, along with all film underneath of it. You might think you got all of it, but double check, because there is a second really, really, really strong and thin film on the backside. Now that you've gotten everything off with the WD-40 and a razor blade, and then switch to alcohol and a razor blade, you clean with a microfiber towel. And the final clean, I like to use coffee filters so you get a perfect shine. Now that you've gotten everything cleaned up, it's time to put the back piece on. We're going to put it just like this. Make sure it lines up really well. It's important later. Be sure when you're putting it on that you have no bubbles. If you end up with a bubble, it's not the end of the world. But I'm trying to do it perfect here. And there we have it. Now it's time to put this thing back together. Make sure you clean your bezel out pretty good too, because you don't want to do all this and then put it away dirty. Slide your glass right up through, pop it in place, get your rubber pieces, put them on. Putting the motherboard back on, it can only go one way. So as long as you're lining up here and here and here and here, you're good to go. It can only go on one way. You'll want to realign your metal clips, get them set up, and just squeeze them together. Line up your backing, clamp everything together, make sure all 4 of your clamps clamp in. Once you got your needles on, it's time to go test it. All right. Beautiful. All right, now that we've got everything back together, it's time to weld this case back up. So I melted this together here, as well as over here, and then I started my first weld. Now I say weld, I'm using a wood burning kit, wood burning tool, and my welding rod, of course, is going to be a cable tie. We need to replace some of what we've taken out of here. We could probably melt these two together, but we need to remember also that the plastic here and the plastic here are made up of 2 different compositions. So when we do melt them together, make sure we melt them well. I'll show you the finished product. And now it's all welded up. Time to put it back in. I'm gonna put the link for the YouTube video where I found my films, a guy out of Taiwan, and he's just a little hard to understand. So I figured this video might help, especially because my cluster is a little different from the one that he's working with. If you liked the video, please smash that like button. Until next time, next project, hopefully nothing else breaks. I'll see you later.